plugin called ROBBiE that I've been using in my productions, and I think that you should check out as well. With that, thank you so much to Small World Electronics for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool content. Go down to the description for details on where to download ROBBiE and check out Small World Electronics social media pages. To put it simply, ROBBiE is a system for routing signals within a DAW in time with music or its internal clocks. If you are familiar with modular synthesis, this plugin would be comparable with a sequential switch with a lot more possibilities for routing customization.
Welcome back, everybody. Now I wanted to show you a little tutorial on one of the very many ways that you can utilize ROBBiE in your own production in Ableton. I've created 5 tracks, which are all MIDI layers playing together, and then I have a kick track over here, which is just playing a kick every quarter note, 4 on the floor, and I have everything that isn't kick inside of a bus that I've named ROBBiE bus, and the 5 tracks that are MIDI are going to be going into this audio track, which is where I'm going to be putting ROBBiE into, and then we'll go from there. So I guess we're all going to find out how this is going to sound like. So first I'm going to play you all of the individual elements, and we're going to go from there. So this first track over here is a little Pigments patch that I have, which is Acid Rain. It sounds like this. Yeah, so that's the first one, and then the second one is similar, but I've also added a little Ultra Boy at -12 pitch and -12 format, and wet all the way, plus a little bit of drive for a more stereo feel, and I put the harmony of this a little higher. So it sounds like this. Like that, and then together with this one, it sounds like that. Okay, then this other Pigments track I have is for like the very transient bass, and I'm also using Slap by Yum Audio, which is providing this fat transient and making the sub more percussive, so it sounds very, you know, IDM-y, I would say. So I'll play that for you. So it's the exact same root notes as the first track that we've heard. So then we move on to the chords, which are also very wacky. I'm using Jupiter 8 from Arturia for it, just one of the patches that I've slightly modified to have very short release and very short decay and very fast attack. So this is what it sounds like. Like that, and then I have the exact same thing but with a little different parameters, with some distortion, and I'm using DX7, a little bit of a different tone, and I'm using filter delay with time setting versus sync, so it doesn't make it out of time in left and right ear. Instead, it just feels a bit more spatialized. So this is what that sounds like. So then together with the Jupiter one, it sounds like this. Like that. And then everything is sidechained individually to the same kick track. And then all together, without ROBBiE at all, it sounds like this. So like a very unrefined drop loop for now. Doesn't really matter what it is. Just for proof of concept, I'm gonna try to experiment and trying to make this sound cohesive and decent. So right now what I'm gonna do is go here and look for ROBBiE, and then drop this on the audio track that I've created. Right here. I'm gonna close this for now and go to this window where I have all of my tracks, and where it says here audio to ROBBiE bus, which is here. I don't want that. I want this to go into the ROBBiE plugin here. So I'm gonna go, instead of here, go to ROBBiE plugin, and then I'm gonna do that for all of them. ROBBiE plugin, ROBBiE plugin, plugin, and that's the plugin. So we have 5 tracks in total. The first one in audio 2 is going to track in, which is the first input. Then the second one is going to input number 2. Third one, input 3. Fourth one, input 4. Fifth one, input 5. So that basically prepared our track for ROBBiE modification. So then we go back to the edit window. And we can open ROBBiE. And because we have 5 tracks and we've enabled 5 inputs, I'm going to open up this channel as well. And I want it to be stereo for left and right, but I don't want it to be separated. So I'm going to link those channels together, therefore making this also available. And because of the timing is very quick in this song, I'll probably go to 1/16 timing wise. And for the way that it moves between the channels here, I'm probably gonna experiment from sequence to random no repetition and sequence no repetition. Because from my own choosing, that's what I like the most. And then what we also have to remember to do is to enable play so that ROBBiE recognizes the tempo of this DAW and runs with it. So I've selected many to one mode for this track, and I think we're ready to go. And when I play it, we should be able to hear very wacky stuff. So, and what I'm gonna do is just play around with the settings while I'm playing it on a loop. So you can see in real time how my changes affect the sound that is coming out. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do right now is record into it and do it multiple times over so that we get different variations, and then we can cut them up and see what we like the best. So here we go for the first one. And I've quickly disabled the loop button here so it doesn't loop and go back to the first. So then we can Command E here, and we have to remember that we have to freeze this track so that all of the settings from ROBBiE are saved. And then once it's done freezing, we hold Option, or we create a new track, and then we hold Option and we drag it over down here. So I'm probably gonna take it out of the overall bus, so and then mute it so that doesn't bother us for now. I'm gonna unfreeze this and delete that because we don't need it. Then what I'm gonna do is do it again, but mess with the parameters again. So we were at 1.8, so now let's do maybe 1.16, and let's do sequence, no repetition. Why not? And then let's record it again. Okay, some more stuff. So now let me do that again. Let's freeze this. Okay, it's done freezing. We've created another new track for it. Then let's option drag down, and we have another variation. Now let's unfreeze it and delete this and mess with the settings a bit more. Maybe let's do 1/4 this time, and let's do random, no repetition, and yeah, that's fine. So then we record again, and here we go. So yeah, let's freeze this again. Let's wait for it to freeze. Awesome. Then we create a new track, drag it out of the bus, press option drag down, and we have another variation. And let's do it one more time, just so we have some more stuff to work with. And let's record one more time. Okay, and then let's freeze it. Okay, it's done freezing, so now we make a new track, drag it out of the thing, and option drag down. Okay, so we have some stuff to work with now. Let's unfreeze it, delete it. We can disable ROBBiE and maybe even remove it from the track. What I also like to do is, so that it doesn't bother us, close it and unactivate all the tracks and just hide it for now. So now we have these variations to work with. Altogether, if we play them, they're gonna sound garbage. So individually, they all line up with the MIDI tracks that we've had for all of them. And we can choose which variations we like most and go from there. So here, let's listen to this first one. I like this part. So let's take that a little bit. This will actually, might actually work. Let's cut it here, cut that out, zero this. Zero deactivates the clip, so we press 0 and 0. So we have a. For now, let's freeze this and try to see what else we have in other tracks. So let's solo this. I like this, so we're gonna take that. This is gonna clash with this, so we're gonna zero it. This is gonna clash with this, so we're gonna zero that. And we have this from this section. So now let's take, I don't know, let's listen to this. Maybe we can take that. Zero this, zero that, and maybe we can reverse this. Oh, let's just zero it, that's fine. So that's gonna clash with this, so we don't want it. This is gonna clash with the last part, so we don't want it. I just want to listen to this to see how this sounds. Sounds interesting. Maybe I could do this. reverse it and try this just to see how it's gonna sound like, and then we can loop only this section for now, so we work with two kicks and we can see how that sounds all together. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. So now let's finish this, the rest of the bar here. Let's zero this. This looks like a cool kick only zone. So let's do this. Zero everything here. So then when the kick hits, it doesn't gets disrupted by anything else. Let's listen to this for now. I don't really like any of them that much, but this might work. This not so much. Maybe I can use this. Zero. This we don't want at all. And this we don't want at all. So then if we do that, we should have something again. Okay. Haven't finished the bar yet, but let's now move on to this last quarter of a bar here. How this sounds like. Or like this. Zero. Or like that. Can probably take this part, zero this, zero that, and we have another subsection here. This could be more powerful, so I'm probably gonna increase a little bit of volume here. It's clicky, so I'll do this. Increase the volume of this. And maybe a bit more glitchiness. Okay, so now let's play it again. And that's just one bar, so now let me do the rest of them without commentary so that it's a little bit more fast forwarded, and then we're gonna listen to the result at the end. Okay, so now I've finished working on the 4 bars. And it's not perfect, and it still probably will require a lot of more processing, but at least you get an idea of how you can cut up and process the tracks after ROBBiE was used to hocket them together. So this is what the result is at the end.
If you're curious how this plugin may be used in practice, check out this glitch hop song that I made using this plugin. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a walkthrough of how I created this project using ROBBiE.
Okay, so this is my Ableton project. I'm using ROBBiE in this track mostly for all of the drop elements, which I will go over. First, though, let's start in the intro, so we have that out of the way. All of these are pretty much MIDI'd, very simple chord progression, and then I've bounced everything to audio, so it's a little bit easier to work with. So I'm using Serum, Reactor, Buchla from the Arturia pack. Oh yeah, let me just play some of that. Yeah, so that's just the flute here, the arp. The Buchla sparkles come in here. Just like a nice fade in. No effects on it because most of them were already applied before I bounced it to audio. And then this last spot here. Resonance on the filter a little bit higher, so that when you're taking the frequency knob and then automating it down, you feel like you're writing all those resonances, or like folding them down in a way. So that's pretty cool. And then the vinyl effect, essentially what I did is I lined up all of the things that are in the bus here, and I rendered them out into this one file. I moved it forward a little bit and I applied Isotope vinyl to it. Super cool little guy. It's free completely on Isotope, and all you do is you spin down as you're recording into a new track. So that way everything that you have is just gonna like slow down as if you were, you know, like a, Then we go into the drums, like this snare edits that I've done here, just to add a little bit more movement and sense of progression of some sort, so that it's like going forward the whole time and it's always changing. So those snare reverses and those little things add to the little beat thing. And then over time the hi-hats come in, there's some more risers. Yeah, so that, this voice that you hear, that was unexpected. I used text-to-speech generator online, and then I dragged it here and put it into warp mode, changed the pitch down -4 semitones, up the volume a little bit, and under Complex Pro, I changed the formats to 33%. This is for a transition. I don't think I have any plugins on here except for Vocal Synth, which kind of really texturalizes this vocal thing here. Just a little bit of distortion to kind of shape those ends of like 3 to 5K range to a little bit more present. So this is where we get into the ROBBiE stuff. Okay, I can show you this. So essentially what I did is I have the same MIDI melody in 6 tracks. They're all in one group, but the group doesn't technically matter. I'm just doing it so that I can apply effects. I took them all out because it's already bounced to audio, but so that all of these effects can affect the 6 MIDI tracks and also this audio track. But so all of these are going out into ROBBiE, and then track in means input 1, and then all of these other inputs we can use, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so all of these are input 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then here I open ROBBiE, and I've set it to 1/4 forward. I think it was linked left and right channels, so it's the same settings apply, many to one mode, and that way I was able to take in the snippets. All of these have different sounds on them, and then ROBBiE just takes in all of those tracks separately and kind of lets in whichever one it chooses. The result without ROBBiE would be this. Yeah, so that's what that would be. But if I activated ROBBiE, did the record on, not bypass it, and then this, and then if I recorded it, Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. And then what you do is you make a new track, and then you freeze this one in place, because then it will freeze all of the settings of ROBBiE into the same audio file, and then you can drag that audio file down into a new one, and that's how you have your hocketed file from ROBBiE. Pretty cool, very efficient, and it saves a lot of time, because otherwise you would have to do it manually. That's just to show you how that works. Closed up, and then essentially what came out of it is this little thing, which I've already cut up and moved down here, and have some effects here. So what this does is it gives some space here for the transition to happen, which is this other ROBBiE thing that I've done. Basically the exact same way that it was created, but with different types of sounds, and it yielded this. So then when I combined this with the rest of the plugins and other tracks, this is the transition part. Yeah, so that's that. Then we move on to the second drop, which is here. That gets for the actual hocketed stuff, it's this here. It's a little bit different from the previous one that I've done, because I've ROBBied it multiple times with different settings, and then every single time I freezed it into a track and then edit it after that. So the actual full thing is this. I think there's also this here, which that's what adds the little weird like dissonant feel at the beginning for the build-up. So this was also using ROBBiE, and I've also done a completely different, I think I've played around with chords and different chord progressions, and I've done the same thing, and that is the result.
Thank you all so much for watching this video until the very end. Go to the links in the description and download the plugin, as it is officially out now. Check out my links there as well, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That is gonna be it for now, and cheers until next time.